Outside the Box Reviews, we're taking a look at the NECA, A Nightmare at Elm Street Freddy Krueger glove replica. And this was a piece that when it was released, I was very excited for. I had picked up and I've already reviewed the 2009 remake glove that NECA did, and I was fairly impressed with it. But of course, I prefer the original movie, so I was very excited to have a chance to get the original glove. This glove has a couple features on it that make it a little bit controversial. It's based off the hero prop, but it also has some modifications that came along throughout the filming of the movie. And the same prop glove was used in both the original Nightmare on Elm Street and the sequel, so some of these things are things that came along over the course of shooting two movies. When you remove the glove, there is a plastic hand on the inside, same as with the remake glove. This hand is slightly smaller than the remake glove, so it's a little odd, but it does have a Nightmare on Elm Street on the wrist. Once again, not something you're going to see if the glove is on here, and of course you wouldn't display this hand by itself, so it kind of doesn't serve a purpose, except if I take all the gloves off their hands, now I know which one it goes back on. But very simple, hollow, lightweight. I actually do wish it had a little more weight to it so that when you put it down on the ground, it actually kind of held itself up a little better. Just maybe some weight down here at the bottom. I guess I could probably attach something if I really wanted to. One of the biggest things with this glove that I saw quite a bit of controversy on Twitter about was the safety pin here at the bottom. I think a lot of people were inclined to believe this was something NECA did just to make the glove easier to take on and off, but it actually is a feature from the movie. I guess at some point during filming, the glove actually split down the middle, and they used a safety pin to hold it together. It's kind of a bummer because you do have to have holes kind of sticking through the glove, and you definitely want to make sure you reuse the same holes so you're not poking new holes in the glove constantly, but kind of an odd touch to go with. But it is movie accurate. The glove itself is a nice leather or pleather, very well done. It's kind of fuzzier on the inside and the slick on the outside. The weathering on here is a lot better than the remake glove. The remake glove was very one color. This has a lot of kind of charred look to it that I think really helps accentuate the look of the glove. There's all the holes going through it where you would see the burnt hand inside of Freddy. Got a little hole here on the side that's movie accurate. In the back here we have the top brass colored plate, the tie going around you could use to tighten the glove up, which actually works, has a little bead at the end as well. Fingers become copper. We got all the rivets holding them on, so they're nicely done there. You actually even see the weld marks for where the metal bands are attached on the other side of the glove. And then we have the fingers with the welded on knife blades. Now this index finger blade is actually snapped in half and resoldered. That is also accurate to the film. I don't know at which point this happened during the filming of the movie. I haven't had a chance to go and look back and see in detail when this is present, when it's not. But it's something that I think most people wouldn't actually know about this glove, but it is a true feature of it. But the welding on these fingertips look great. The arc of the blades looks very nice. These are based off of knives. They're actually just taken off the handle. You can actually see the part that would have been back within the wood handle of the knife, and then just the blade itself. Very cool looking. They are decently sharp, not anything where it's super dangerous, but you could hurt somebody with this. And on the underside, we have the bands going around holding the fingers in place. You may notice this one is a little warped on mine. It's because I tried to bend it myself, which I would not recommend doing. These ones are all as they originally came. There's a nice swooping upwards one on the pinky, more flat across one on the middle finger, and the index finger actually has it flattened off across the bottom. This one was a very large loop, kind of similar to the middle finger, but my finger wasn't catching it. When I go to pull down on the blade, it just doesn't actually activate that finger. So I was trying to modify it so that it would work better, and it really didn't accomplish anything. Now I'm going to actually wear the glove. The thing I find easiest to do is to unsafety pin it when you're taking the display hand out from inside, but then to repin it and then just put your hand in to get it on. It's kind of hard with one hand to reattach the safety pin in the right holes without poking new ones, so you definitely should be able to fit your hand inside without having to have this undone. But the glove has very nice action to it. It moves very smoothly and very accurately. The only problem, as I already mentioned, is this ring finger piece, and the bar is not set up in a way where I can actually trigger it most of the time. I can get it sometimes, but a lot of times my finger will fall out of it or just not move it the way it needs to move. And that's a bit of a bummer. The pinky finger has a similar issue, but I could normally get that to work. It's just that ring finger is very off charge, just not where it needs to be, which is a bit of a bummer. And of course, I can't move this mechanism down because it's all connected together, so I can pull the glove on as far as it'll go, and works a little better, but moving it too much, it's just going to fall out. Another thing worth mentioning is these blades are pretty thin, unlike the remake glove, so it is possible to bend them out of whack, but just be careful with them and you can probably get them back into the right shape. But overall, I really like this glove. The ring finger issue is the biggest issue I have with it. Everything else on it is really very nice and very well done. It has a lot of great detail on it, and it just looks amazing. So this thing actually gets a very high recommend from me. I really, really enjoy having it, and I think any Freddy Krueger fan will enjoy it as well. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also follow me on Facebook, link below. And until next time, this is another Outside the Box Reviews, and I'll see you in your nightmares.